Good afternoon, everybody. I hope you all are having a great day. If you got a chance to see the eclipse, that's would be a pretty neat thing to see firsthand. We watched the NASA website today and seen the different locations they pinpointed in. Um, yeah, if y'all like my videos and watch them out to the end, that'd be super. Share them. It would be nice and uh, hit the subscribe button if you like them well enough. And with that being said, yesterday I talked a lot about having faith in God and through the hard times, and you know, He has a plan and things will get better. But there's got to be something that causes the hard times, or some reason uh, that puts us in these hard times, and that was pointed out to me, and really made a lot of sense. And I just didn't really touch on this, but God isn't the one putting us in the hard times. I don't think, and the devil is, and that being pointed out to me, I really just kind of woke me up to it because I believe that very much that God brings us out of them hard times if we have faith in Him. He turns them hard times into maybe lessons or happy endings when the devil puts us in something. The devil can do many things to get between you and your faith in God. He can put you in all kinds of trying times and hard times. He can be very destructive to your life. But if you have faith in God, God will bring you out on the other side and put you in a better place. Uh, the devil, he's a crafty old thing, and he definitely will throw any obstacle he can in your way, whether it's breaking your concentration when you're studying the Bible, or I tend to listen to the Bible online, and he can put all kinds of distractions in there where the video doesn't play continuously, whether it's a phone call or what, and it wouldn't matter if it was listening to an audio Bible online or on a CD or something, or if he was reading the Bible. The devil, if he wants to distract you, he's going to distract you and put that little wedge in there. And then once he's got that wedge in there, he just beats it with a big old sledgehammer and drives it in further and further. And what we have to do, or what I feel I have to do, is recognize that these bad things are coming from the devil, and he's using them in every way he can against my faith in God. The bigger wedge he can drive there, the the easier it is to pull me over to his side, and that's one place I don't want to go. You know, there's speculation that today would be when Jesus Christ come back, and the day's not over, but if it is, I certainly don't want to be living with a wedge between me and Jesus Christ. And you know, I've had lots of things happen over the last 5 years. I've had four deaths of my immediate family: a daughter, both parents, and a brother. And if that ain't that's hard to deal with, and if the devil's going to use them to pry me away from God. He's going to use grief in my life as an angle to get me to get angry at God. To get upset and blame God. And really, if God took them home, then being happy for them would be the best thing I could do, because heaven is the goal. And if he took them home and they're in heaven, that's the goal. That's the ultimate, you know, the ultimate end of earth and beginning of eternity with God. And so the devil will use them, and he uses them in my dreams to keep me in a state of mind where I, my thought being, he is wanting to drive a wedge between me and God over it. I mean, it's not going to happen. Uh, each one of these people who are my family, when it was their time, it was their time. And who am I to say God was wrong in taking them? And each one had their own things going on where they're better in heaven than they are down here. And with everything going on, who am I to look at things, being angry at God, when I know that that's the devil trying to create chaos and hard times in my life just to drive that wedge between me and God. Finances were really hard for a long time. Um, the devil used that as a wedge, trying to keep me from having a relationship with God, because the harder the finances were, the more he drove a wedge with them finances, or tried to drive a wedge with them finances. Um, the further apart he would try and get us from God. Uh, the the more he would use finances against us, the more we prayed to God to not allow that to happen. And coming out on the other side, uh, it's like we're doing fairly decent now. I mean, we'll never be rich, and really, I don't want to be. I'd rather have God in my life than try to be that one that goes through the eye of the needle. I don't need a lot of money. I need a roof over my head and food in the belly, and it doesn't have to be a castle to live in, or caviar and escargot. So the devil using things that he feels will drive a wedge between us and the devil, or I mean, excuse me, between us and God. Um, it's up to us whether we allow that to happen or not. It's up to us whether we bite on his hook, so to speak. He'll put something in front of us, and try and distract us and get our attention so that he can pull us away from, from God. And we just have to decide, are we going to allow him to or not? And sometimes it's hard to see his little traps. Sometimes he says something so good, and hides them, camouflages them so well. We step right into them traps and get upset with God for whatever reason. But when we do, as soon as we realize that we have to get away from that trap, and knowing that that's going to make a difference in our life, whether we allow to be caught in that trap or whether we allow to move on, and go towards God, get back in the fold, and it's going to make a difference how things turn out. And if we go towards God, He He will make things right. But if we allow the devil to keep making things hard, keep putting a wedge between us, he's just going to keep making them harder and harder and harder. He's not going to ease up. He's going to put his thumb down even more and more. Because if he's already got a wedge for you between us and God because of a hard time, what better way to increase that distance with us and God than to keep putting that thumb down and putting it down harder and making us more upset with God? Instead of allowing the devil to cause all this harm and bad in our life and use it to come against God, our faith in God, that's when we need to stand strong and really show our faith in God. That's when we need to stand strong and put on God's armor, because God is a loving God. He's not going to come at you causing grief. He's going to come at you offering a solution for that grief. And that's where your faith comes in. And that's where getting over on the other side and God having a better plan for you comes in. Every time that devil attacks us in one way or another, every time we realize that it's the devil putting us in a bad situation or a hard time, then that's when we need to realize that's when our faith needs to be the strongest. And, for me, there's been many times my faith has started to falter, and, I've had to really look at the situation and understand that, God is the only solution to getting past the situation and coming out better on the other side. Not the devil, not to keep hating or to keep blaming or anybody or being upset with anybody. Not being upset with God, not blaming him or anything, but knowing that it's the devil causing it and God is the solution. My faith in him, my prayers to him, that's what the solution is going to be. And when I do that, God will give me what he feels would be the best for me on the other side of whatever dilemma or problem or chaos that the devil has created for me. So I think this is a short video, but I think that's where I'm going to end that topic for right now. If you get in a hard time, just keep your faith. Don't blame God. The devil is at fault, and keep your faith. Keep your faith. Pray to God. Talk to God about it. He'll help you. Anyway, I hope y'all enjoyed this video and watched it out to the end here. If you wouldn't mind to like, comment, share, and subscribe, that would be really appreciated. And I hope y'all have a great day. Goodbye.